So I got it walked. Those weeks. 75 foot. I got from all this team against me. I was looking at my desk with my phone.
We're cheaper than what
We've got some Asian person ideas.
Mainly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Took the suit off. Took my arms, some chemicals off. I didn't want somebody to have them on. My wife showed up and she was in A&T and she goes, you shouldn't have taken your boot off. I said, you don't want to cut my shoelaces.
Oh, sorry, I thought you had it.
Well, I did have it, but I was checking it off in my brain and I had just got it out of the way.
They threatened to handcuff me. They weren't giving me,
Yeah, like, remember a long time ago, without cut that. You know about us, shut that
Here, that's correct. And it's YSA, right? 21, too, right? Hey, hope to get your grant done one of these days. Hope to get your grant done one of these days. The guys are mistakes so Thanks.
He was super okay with all that, even though it's late.
Yeah, the agency, she's reviewed the documents, but I don't think there's anything. I'm not sure. I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, let's look and see. I don't know that I read, but I don't.
Yeah. No, I think it was, she said it was different from the courthouse. It was more property records. So I'll take a look. And they get demoted to years ago. Expensive list.
I know, I get it last time. I'm gonna turn it on 50 bigger.
Well, hey, and that was kind of just the process on. I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then she'd say, okay, give them this and this. And that takes way too much.
It's always right.
Yeah, yeah. I felt like they know what they're talking about.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Friday.
How are you?
Friday. I'm the only one that
No, I had three ones, not even that one before that I gave you. Not this really. Oh, yeah. Stupid category.
Any questions?
I can't see John really well anymore.
No,
I'm taking it.
It didn't work, okay.
Everybody's in the way, but I'm waiting. Jump over it. I could, I thought about it, I really did. What time?
So they have to go reception.
Back.
Well, there's a number of things that can be done without it. I mean, it's a combination.
Who knows?
Don't take a look. Yeah, check it out.
Unless it's changed.
I don't think so. Solo maybe? Which one's that number? 17? 17 have the It doesn't say that one, it's not really out there. They said it's been for, yeah, they said, there was that wasn't in there, I thought that was just like going after like the state giving us money that they tax us on, you know, like, get that tax. Every one of your bills, I figured that's what it was. The state always wants to find good money too, like, that's what oh, he sometimes comes. I was just looking at it.
He's not and I see Long Jim. He didn't like the look.
Would you join me in the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the July regular meeting of the County Board. And ask the clerk to call the roll.
Good morning. Ellis.
Here.
Farnham.
Here.
Lawton.
Here.
McCarty.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Bruner.
He will not be here today.
Voigt.
Present. We do have a quorum, so the meeting can proceed. Next, we have the minutes of July 10th of the regular meeting of the county board in June. You had those for a couple of days. Are there any additions or corrections as presented by the clerk? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve, please. Russ moves. Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Next, claims against the county. We have an explanation, if you want to give it, Kim, on that.
Right, we had, for finishing up June 30th, so we had heavy expenses in June, and that was due to a little bit of extra FEP money and due to Connor vacating that position. So that was reallocated to supplies, but we also have a fiscal year 26 SNAP grant where we had almost $30,000 in supplies. That was the only thing we could allocate it for, and that had to be spent by June 30th. Mostly office stock supplies, small things. The most expensive thing was maybe a shredder for under $2,000. So that's what the heavy supplies are. We had a lot of expenses for grant spending to be, and so we will submit those reimbursement claims by the end of the month. So that was grants where we had 6 weeks to spend a lot of money. So I apologize. Next time, Janet, we're in between, and this is Amaya. We usually give someone a heads up, like, hey, we're getting ready to spend a lot of money. So
Appreciate that, Kim. Are there any other questions on the claims? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve. Russ moves. Andy seconds. Any other clarification or questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. They are approved. Next, county board member claims. Are there any questions or clarifications needed on those? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve. Russ moves. Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. They are approved. Next, we come to the portion for public comment. We ask that you identify yourself by name and limit your comments to 5 minutes. The floor is open if you wish to address the board. Okay, hearing none, we go to highway resolutions. Number 1 is resolution of support for FY28 local highway safety improvement program application for a portion of CH2, which is the Clinton Road. Is there a motion to move that along? Carl moves. Russ seconds. We discussed that on Monday morning, so if there's no questions, are you ready to vote? Any other questions? Mr. Clerk?
Ellis.
Yes.
Farnum.
Yes.
Lawton.
Yes.
McCarty.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
5-0. We're good. Resolution for improvement of BLR 09110 appropriating funds for the following FAS 684 Clinton Road. Motion to approve that resolution, please. Carl moves. Andy seconds. We discussed that on Monday morning. Are there any other additions or corrections needed to that? Hearing none, resolution, can you call the roll?
Ellis.
Yes.
Farnum.
Yes.
Lawton.
Yes.
McCarty.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
That is approved, 5-0. Next, resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign BLR 05530 with Cummins Engineering on the Clinton Road. We've discussed that. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none. Carl moves. Russ seconds. Mr. Clerk?
Ellis.
Yes.
Farnum.
Yes.
Lawton.
Yes.
McCarty.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
That also is approved. Next and last, for the highway resolution, a resolution authorizing county board chairman to sign supplemental BLR 0553 with Cumming Engineering for Lower Terre Haute Road, preliminary engineering. We've discussed that on Monday morning. Is there a motion to approve? Carl moves. Russ seconds. Further discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk?
Ellis.
Yes.
Farnum.
Yes.
Lawton.
Yes.
McCarty.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
That is approved. Next, Augie, can you give me the verbiage that you would like on the acceptance of the special services area number 2?
Yes, just a little filler ahead of time. The state's attorney is in the middle of his final review of the contract, and he's not been able to get to it, to give it to me this morning to sign. So I suggested to the chairman that maybe we go ahead and approve the contract, subject to the state's attorney's final approval and Jeremy's approval also. Then that way, we don't have to have a special meeting. The contract date's gonna begin July 15th, I believe, because the old one ends on the 14th. Then that way, it's all approved. It's just a matter of Jeff signing it and Jeremy signing it.
Is that acceptable, board members?
Yes.
Okay, then I need a motion to approve this contract, subject to what Augie has said. Andy moves, Lisa seconds. We'll do a roll call on that.
Ready? Ellis,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Lawton,
Yes.
McCarty,
Present.
and Patrick.
Yes.
It is approved. Next resolution establishing a special, separate special revenue funds for deposit and appropriation of state's attorney assets forfeiture proceedings. Basically, what that's doing is moving that out of a separate account controlled by the state's attorney and putting it totally under the control of the treasurer. So he felt more comfortable having it stated that way, and that way he could give his resolution to the bank. Okay? So I need a motion to approve. Carl moves, Russ seconds. Any further questions about that? Mr. Clerk?
Ellis,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Lawton,
Yes.
Yes.
McCarty, and Patrick.
Yes.
Okay. Approve amended commercial solar energy facility ordinance. Lisa? Do I need to turn it over to you, or do we just,
I think we table it, but it's important enough that if the state's attorney can attend a special meeting, that we get it approved before August.
okay, and that's what I thought we would do, and I have no problem with that. So is there a motion
I
to
got a
table?
question, and these are changes that the state made that we have to basically put in our ordinance.
Right. So it's no decision-making or policy change on our part. Yeah.
So we'll look for that, posting a special meeting, because we've got a couple other issues for the second study session of the month. And if you need to post it in the paper to make sure that we get it in time and we've got everything correct, okay? Is that fine, Mr. Clerk? Okay. Well, do we need to table that?
Yes, we do.
Motion to table. Lisa moves, Andy seconds. All those in favor of tabling this agenda item signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It is tabled until the special meeting. Approval of settlement with Judiciary LLC and authorized payment for the appropriate funds. This is a FOIA request that was skipped in December, and we're getting flipped, I think, for $1,600 roughly. So, motion to approve. Andy moves. Russ seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay.
Got a question in that.
Yes, sir.
At our next study session, can we talk about that and see how, because I know that their state's attorney made some recommendations that we need to do to maybe eliminate that.
Yeah, so we don't have, just so everybody knows, I get hundreds of emails a day. And for some reason, I get all of the FOIA requests. And, you know, like last week, I was out in the country. And I didn't even get them, and I got a couple last week, and luckily I got back in time to get with Augie. But I missed one last December, you know? And there was a bunch others that I went ahead and did in December, and for some reason I missed that one, so I apologize.
So we come up with a procedure,
Right.
different procedure in how to handle those,
Yep.
maybe eliminate that in the future.
We can't get dinged for $2,000 or $1,600 every time something goes wrong. Next, we've got the Housing Authority appointments. They're 4-year terms, beginning August 1st, 26 for Donna Beeder, Carl Marshall, and David Wright. Do we have a motion to approve those folks? Carl moves, Russ seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Okay, we have a request from the Firemen's Association in Crispin to make available any hotel motel funds to help promote Crispin Days on September 11th and 12th. Unfortunately, we have no funds, so, but I needed to bring the request before you, so. So there's nothing we can do except tell them that there's no funds available. Okay, next is Sheriff's Report, semi-annual report. You have that in your minutes, I'm sorry, your packet.
I'll make a motion on 75.
Okay, Carl moves to post it, we accept that report. Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It is approved or accepted. Next, we got the county clerk.
Any questions on that? I can tell you just overall, the numbers are within $1,000 of being the same for the same 6-month period as last year.
Less or more.
A little bit more, a little bit more. So, but there's, it's it's just very steady, very steady. So,
One thing I think you should, we should look at doing sometime in the not too near future, what do we charge for a birth certificate?
$16.
Okay. We may need to have somebody reevaluate our fees.
Okay.
We've done that, but it's been
Several years.
several years.
Yeah.
Because I know that Vermillion is 24, Menard is 19. So I'm not saying that we get nuts with fees, but everything costs more than what it did a few, it's probably been 10 years.
I'd say right at it, yeah.
So,
And they did, Bellwether did come in and do an analysis on our recording fees, and we were able to raise those a little bit, but it's been a long time for the vital records. So if you're directing me to contact them for that fee study, I'd be more than happy to do that.
I think that's something that we should do. Does the board concur?
Take a look at it.
Take a look at it.
Yeah.
Doesn't automatically mean that the fees are gonna go up. It's just, we need to look at it, then the board needs to decide whether that's something we wanna do. I mean, if we're close. Okay.
Is that part of our contract already with Bellwether, or do we have to pay additional?
That cost study would be additional. I don't remember what it was 10 years ago, but
Ask them what it costs,
yeah.
get back with us.
Yeah, I'll do that. Now you need to take action on that report.
Yes. Yep. A motion to accept, Carl moves. Samantha seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Next, we were going to have an item about legal action to collect money from 911 for first and second quarters money expended for telecommunicators. But given that the state's attorney isn't here to explain the ins and outs of that, I think we need to table that. And that might be just Carl moves, Russ seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It is tabled. Chairman okay. Appointment by chairman to create a committee to make recommendations to the county board for the creation of countywide joint dispatch. Since Monday, I have talked to most of the folks on that I am going to recommend or appoint, talked to the mayor. And the mayor at first was sour on the idea of even proceeding because it's been, let's just say, a mess. So he wanted to know how it wasn't going to be a mess. We talked for a while. I told him about the committee that we're going to appoint, making recommendations to the board. We talked about representation from the city, and he said that the police chief would be fine. He wants, and I think the board needs to know that, it's just what he wants. He doesn't think the joint dispatch should take place until December 1. All of the preliminary work and everything put together needs to be done, and quite frankly, it's what, 3.5, 4 months away, so that's not a lot of time anyway. But he thinks that sounds good, and he's willing to support that still. We're gonna come up with a resolution at the special meeting for the board to throw its official report or support around the resolution supporting the joint dispatch and heading for the December 1 deadline. Talked to Rich about this, talked to Troy, talked to Chris, so that's where we're headed. So given that, I'm officially appointing Troy Eads chairman, Tim Hensel, Andy Patrick, Rich Wilson, Adam Webb, who I also talked to, Terry Rogers, Carl Farnham, to that committee and asked them to get to work immediately. All open meetings, everything, use whatever resources they need, including legal resources. Additionally, we're gonna meet tomorrow morning as the safety committee meeting to discuss not only the opening of the new jail and transfer and moving, but we're also gonna, Adam's gonna be there, and we're gonna talk about how we proceed for the next 3.5, 4 months, once Taylor gets back, so that we can have an agreement, so that we have somebody directly in charge of the telecommunicators. And that will take a little work, but we feel that we can get there. So that's kind of the roadmap that we're looking at. We've got a deadline of everything getting done by December 1, which I think is good. And we need to move forward as quickly as we can. Are there any questions about that? Any disagreement? Comments from the, comments don't normally do this, but are there any comments from the audience?
I'd like to compliment the board for the decisions for everything that you're doing, because I think you're on the right path.
Is there a consideration to put Taylor on the committee?
I didn't hear you, Samantha.
Is there a consideration to put Taylor on the committee?
I'm sorry.
To have Taylor be on the committee to make this decision. I think she could be invited and participate, but since, I'm not sure that's a good idea, really.
She would be the only salaried employee on it. I see her more in an executive role as like the executive director, but that's up to the board how they want to treat Taylor.
I'm not sure that anybody on that committee holds an EMD certification license that can make some of the decisions that need to come out of that joint dispatch committee.
But they can with advice. A lot of boards don't have, we don't have anybody on our board that's certified to make some of the decisions. That's why we depend on staff. Okay? Other thoughts from the board? Yes.
So we've talked about the fact that we really need to make sure that Phil Dovelstein and Rick Stewart, the labor attorney, are involved.
Correct.
And I would see Taylor as the professional in that same type of capacity. That the conversations definitely need to include her expertise, whether or not she is on the actual committee or not. That you couldn't move forward without her knowledge and experience any more than you could move forward without the actual legal input.
Russ, Andy?
We certainly don't. My personal opinion is the more professional opinions you have in a meeting. I think only in case you run up against something you don't know how to answer, then you got another meeting. At least you got someone there that can answer the questions for you. At that point in time, you can move on. So I don't see any problem. I see benefit to it.
Having her as a consultant or having her own committee? I think
You'd be willing to come to any of the meetings we have with them?
we're gonna stick with the appointments. Okay?
You need a motion to,
One as well, yes.
I'll make that motion.
Second? Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay?
Nay.
Okay, it is approved. Okay, is there any other regular business I missed or skipped? Otherwise, we'll go to officer department heads. Augie, it's up to you, sir.
Yeah, no, I
So I don't forget you last.
Thank you, that's okay. The only thing, I just want to state again that my office is finished with the tax levy and extension portion of the tax cycle, and I've rolled all the information over to the treasurer's office. So now it's in his hands to get the tax bills out.
And I talked to him this morning, and they were already hitting the ground running. And it will not impact, even though it was earlier than we thought, it will not impact his participation in getting the provisional, or the information out to the department heads for the FY '27 budget. So we'll still be able to plow forward with that, okay? All right. Taylor, do you have anything this morning?
Not since Monday, no.
Okay. Any questions of Taylor? Jill?
No, just following up with our conversation yesterday, I sent an email out and I CC'd you on it to Zach at IEMA, and I have not heard back yet on mitigation.
That was in regards to who has been able to benefit from the mitigation.
After mitigation grant.
Yeah.
Ours is about to expire and there's no funding like there was last time to renew the grant. So we will have to either let it expire or pay out of the county's funds to renew, like, update the grant.
Which is about how much?
Well, if we went through the same company before and we did like the majority of the legwork, it would probably be, they said 26 to 29,000 at our cost, so.
Okay. Other questions, Jill?
I guess I didn't hear what you said at first about, you know, the question that we had yesterday was there any benefit to the county? Did any,
Yes, so I sent an email to IEMA,
So you said-
my contact, yes, and I copied Jeff in the email, and I have not received anything back
okay,
from
you
Zach
just
yet.
haven't heard back, but you're checking on that.
No.
As soon as you find out, you'll let us know.
Yes.
See, they can apply without going through us, and we would never know.
Okay, all right.
So we needed to double check with them. Okay? Angie, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you today?
Fine.
Everything's running smooth in my office at the moment, so I really don't have anything new.
Okay. Any questions of Angie? I'd like to skip back to Jill. Yesterday morning, how did things go?
Solar, the solar, meeting, I think it went okay, I mean, we don't have, lots of answers and, or I guess we didn't get a lot of answers and lots of talking in circles
And that was the whitetail that
Yeah.
Randy
and
was.
Samantha and Rick were both there and Zach as well, and.
We gave them 4 pages of questions that we want them to come back to answers with at the next meeting.
So do you now have a pretty good 4-page template for all upcoming projects, or is it pretty?
I think so.
Specific?
I think the document that Zach prepared with the requests for their hazard mitigation plans, their emergency response plans, their compliance with NFPA codes, it's a 4-page document, and they had some of those things in the works, not completed yet, but there were several of the items that we had asked for that they did not have a plan to give going forward, so I think it is a good template to use.
I don't think they were ready for the questions that they had for them and they just didn't.
Well, then I'm glad you gave
Yeah.
it to them now.
Okay. Let's see. Kim?
Good morning. I want to introduce Amaya. She's our new business manager. Janet Mason did vacate her position, I think officially July 1. So Amaya's been with us, she was able to train for a few weeks with Janet, and she'll be handling all payroll, all business, accounts, everything, so we're really excited, things are going really well. So please reach out if you have any questions or introduce yourself or any business. We're still learning our connections still and who to kind of starting down that path. So give us a little bit of grace, thank you for that. And we do have a couple new grants, and as we talked about just a few minutes ago. So we did pick up, we had a lot of money to spend with the SNAP Connect grant for fiscal year 26, but we have even more. We were awarded a $150,000 grant, and that is just to help people who have lost their benefits get signed back up for SNAP and to help them. We are assisting Cumberland County, which is why we were awarded a pretty significant grant for that. So, and we did have, because it was so popular and it was getting ready to end, we were kind of hand-selected for a third round of the firearm grant. So we do have, hopefully we'll be getting more gun safes in that we've been getting into low income, families that need them for quick clients and things like that. So that's been a really nice service to the community to help get some of the guns locked up and out of reach of children. So everything with the building is kind of going okay. I hate to say that out loud, but we're just looking at some general maintenance. And I think next is we have some plumbing issues going on, and it's just wearing out. So I have reached out to a plumber, and I reached out to another just to get a second estimate, and we'll have to have some of the the valves are wearing out. So, and we've replaced them, but I think the whole units are going to be. So that'll be my next upcoming bid and maintenance for the building. So, but everything else we can seem to keep ticking along, and but it's getting some age on it. So that's about all from me.
Hate to remind you, but we need to make sure that they have insurance and work comp certificate.
Yes, and they do. They're local and licensed. Yep.
It's fine, it's just we're getting used to all these.
Yeah, I think I'm using one that it works for the county.
Okay. Any questions of Kim or Maya? Welcome aboard, Maya. Hope you enjoy yourself out there.
Thank you.
Josh? Jesse, do you have anything to add from Monday morning?
No, sir, I do not.
Jeremy, do you have anything to add?
Nope.
Okay. Wyatt, good morning.
Good morning, I don't have
Everyone
anything.
doing okay?
Everything's going well.
Do you have anything for us?
Nothing specific. If you have any questions, just let me know.
On behalf of Dina, I'd like to make sure everybody's aware that there's farmland public hearing on Monday, July 13th at 5:30 at the Edgar County Farm Bureau. Brenda Matherly of the Illinois Farm Bureau will be available by phone to assist taxpayers in understanding the changes proposed in farmland assessments. So I'd like to encourage anybody that's interested to go out at 5:30 next Monday morning or next Monday evening and be present there.
Where
At the Farm Bureau office in the basement. Okay? Well, is it in the basement or upstairs?
Conference room upstairs.
Conference room upstairs. Okay. Just want to remind you of everybody of that. There, if you look at the Don's report, the cash flow, we have received absolutely nothing from the state of Illinois. It's the beginning of the fiscal year and it's early in the month, so we have not received any funds, so, which is surprising. So, at any rate, we'll move on to committee reports. Russ, do you have anything? Andy?
In addition to what I said on Monday.
Okay. Lisa?
The sheriff and the new city relations person are communicating to hold one of the future city council meetings out at the new public safety facility. And Russ is going to attend the BCCI annual conference with me at the end of June.
Okay. Any questions? Oh, did you get that email I sent you about,
Yes, I did.
oh,
Well, for one thing, he says it was in the northern part of the county, which it was not.
well, that's what I wondered, if it wasn't in Urbana County.
Well, I didn't go on north to look at those 911 signs, but, and
We
I
don't
thought
have
maybe
any
it was,
zoning.
and I thought maybe it was Interstar, but that's 115, so,
Should I just contact him and find out what, or we received an email about some, I don't have it in front of me, but basically that's zoning or whatever wasn't being followed, and there was,
there was an address
instruction.
that doesn't exist,
Right.
and, so at first I was thinking maybe it was Interstar, which they're supposed to put in before our ordinance, and our ordinance does not apply anyway. So I'll drive up, when I go home, I'll drive up to
Let me know and I can call them and say something. All right. Samantha, do you have anything this morning?
I do not, anything other than Monday.
Carl? Is there anything, there, with the state's attorney not being here, he is ill. Or is there, we had some questions about some pending litigation, but we'll have to wait until a special meeting to deal with that. So, hearing none, no other business to come before the meeting, is there a motion to adjourn? Russ moves, Andy seconds. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, nay. We are adjourned.
It's your season. 264. Can they fly? No, I think we got him to go. Yeah.
This is the highway or the town?
No, I mean, I don't, if you put me in there, then I'll start getting stuff. But Janet was in there. I was like,
She put it
you know
in.
what? I thought that. Do you have to grant me permission for that? Yes, with
Oh, yeah.
Not enough people.
I know, and I have ours, but I don't have the county. Someone from the county has to.
I think
Give me a
it feels like it's like something you have to request and
Okay.
it tells you when you want their
I will
It's
look
been a while since
at
I've
that.
asked somebody.
Yeah, and remind me next month.
Okay, we don't
Ask
have a
me
problem.
next month. Kim, did you get that done?
I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it either, whoever's gonna have to put it. Unless they change it, I would keep one. If they
Yeah.
want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it just, they usually Janet go there.
I know, it's significant, so,
It is,
and
maybe one of all
there's like 10 of them, so,
And then
I
they want
mean,
to, and you break it all into these columns and stuff.
yeah, you know what we do have.
I do
Yeah,
so,
that has to
I
be
know,
the cash.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
All up to.
I don't want the sugar bill.
We got about 10 minutes.
I'm fine with it.
Okay, good.
It felt like as soon as I get it all done, it's
Because I
starting.
am not
Yes,
really
my mom's just like-
in the situation, like,
I'm still trying to get previous years.
Right, right? I keep going, it'll get easy, it'll get busted.
Well, only way that happens is doing this grant stuff.
I'm
Well,
fine.
it's,
Or just get one really big one and have it run, you know, and just do all the small ones.
I got drunk to the mud after most of the day with it last time, so.
Well, I know you have some local.
No matter what you're stepping out the office, why would you realize
Right, I tried for one of them, somebody else, and they were like, no, like, I tried for, and they're loud too, but they just are so.
my food?
You would think, but they wouldn't let me.
Everybody's got a,
They could say like,
not just sheriff. They're not
it's not even.
Does that actually should have been
Is that right?
why you want to pet this dude? Were you no longer eligible anyway? I get that, but you want truckload of people get to show me. Worst you had the receipt, claim it, and then return it.
Trust in Boston, yeah, like when they start looking at laptops, they're like, we only have 1.5 trust, so you can't have 2 laptops, you'll have to have 50% claim on this one and 1 on this one. I'm like,
That's why he
the good ones, Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Well, it's very.
They're not big enough, it's almost probably more time to administer the money you got in the first place.
Harvey, yes, last hour, she's
We need a better rate for county employees.
Right? They did that last time, because I saw they had.
Really? So how about officer?
Or like maybe dental cleaning or something.
I guess you can separate it across. Well, we don't hire.
So you're not even W.
Our version of it. Now, you can get better instructions. We're using history already. I looked up, our policy is like 20 years old. It's just sold. There's no cover anything for more expensive than if I go buy it myself. I don't know. I self-buy.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Well, most of the time, unless you end up with a new crown or something like that, you're gonna take those 2 years, and then at least our planning, which won't pay for crowns the first year anyway. So you're gonna have 2 years.
How that guy can sell anything.
Yeah, but see, Blue Cross hates me. I max out every year. I max out Blue Cross. I max out every year. I'm back in January. I put my max out of hospital.
Alright, we're headed to your office now.
Hope you enjoyed the job.
All right.
I do so far.